Hello, everyone. This is Lincia on Do What You Love series. On today's episode, we have the Patrick Dailey. Thank you for being here.
I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So, okay, I need to brag about you. So, you're a counter tenor, the highest male adult singing voice, distinguished from the male alto voice, voiced by its strong, pure tone.
Something like that.
That's you. That's what the definition says.
That's what it says.
And I just want to say you have the most beautiful voice, effortless, just a pure talent.
I appreciate that.
How did you know you were a singer? How did you know you had that voice?
Community really matters in how we develop as human beings. And I say that because if it wasn't for community, if it wasn't for a village that sort of identified things in me, then I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing in any capacity today. So I started singing, as they tell me. I don't really recall this, maybe a little bit, but I started singing at the age of 3. Back in the day, like at our church, Friendship, there was a mother by the name of Martha Long, and she kept children. Mother Martha Long kept children, and so I was the first boy that she kept. And at Nanny's house, as I called her, that's where I started singing. And so Mother Long called everybody at the church and said, "This boy gonna sing in the children's choir." Called everybody, had me singing, and they were like, "Okay, well, we don't usually take him till they 5." She said, "I don't care, he's singing now." So had me singing then, and from there, like I just kind of gravitated towards these higher voices. So my favorite singers, of course, Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston, Celine Dion, Gladys Knight, like all of these, like Mariah, all of them. That's why I was like, okay, those are the voices I gravitated towards. As I got older, I went to National School of the Arts and singing in that program and all, but then it took watching PBS, and there were 2 PBS specials. There was the Morgan State Choir's 21st anniversary concert and the 3 Mo Tenors PBS special. And in both of those, there were countertenors very present. And I didn't really know what a countertenor was, but I heard those singers, I saw those voices, and I said, okay, that sounds right. That makes sense to me.
In the opera world, you don't see a lot of people of color.
Right.
And so with that stigma, sometimes we might say, oh, I don't belong in that arena, But you said your community pulled that out of you.
Yeah.
How important is that?
I mean, it's deeply important. So 100 Black men, they have an adage that says what they see is what they'll be. And I started studying voice because I wanted to go to Fisk University and be a Jubilee singer. My image of what a classical concert singer was initially really starts with Black people. It starts with the Jubilee singers. It's seeing the Morgan Choir. It's watching the now Cook, Dixon, and Young, the original 3 Mo Tenors on PBS. It's watching, again, PBS specials of like Kathleen Battle and Jesse Norman. So, but singing spirituals and singing Black music and interpreting it in that way. So I saw Black folks doing it. And because I saw that, now I'm like, well, yeah, that makes sense. That was a pathway that made sense for me because I saw examples. And I saw examples not only doing it as, doing it at the height of the field, but doing it within the traditions of African Americans.
Have you always had the confidence to sing, or has that always been instilled in you?
That's a loaded and very good question. That's really, I will say that, to be honest, if I'm going to be very honest, my confidence as a person really comes from singing. I always felt different. I always felt odd. I didn't always feel like I measured up, in whatever regard, in whatever manner. But one thing what you weren't going to be able to say is, okay, you might say he's a little chubby or he's weird, he's a little soft, he's a little this, da, da, da. But what you weren't going to be able to say is that he couldn't sing, that he couldn't dance, he couldn't perform, he couldn't do those things. So I showed up doing the talent and being really efficient and excellent in that. And then from there, I understand more about myself. Like, okay, well, I'm more than just the talent. I'm more than just the craft. And finding solace in my own personhood, but that took the art and it took the craft to do it. It's been a journey to full confidence. And yes, I'm At times I had been more confident in the gifting than I was in my own personhood. But I've gotten to a place where it's like, no, I deserve these things. I'm a good person, not just the talent, but the person that the talent rests in is deserving.
You know, I think it's a journey of how, like, feeling confident in yourself, like, I am enough, I do belong, I am deserving. So what advice would you give people that are going towards their dreams?
Write everything down. I have so many random notes in my phone of things. I was like, oh, here's an idea. Write everything down that you can think about, whether it's in your phone, whether it's actually being handwritten down, write it down. Because as you write down, you can start knocking things off. And you write down, you start seeing a pattern, you start seeing plans, and you start seeing things, and you may be able to set things up. And at the end of the day, having purpose behind it. Yes. Purpose is key.
What advice would you give yourself knowing what you know now?
Oh, man. Okay. One of my favorite playwrights by the name of Dailey Love, he says often, be soft with yourself. And I would say to a young Patrick, be soft with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Enjoy the process more. Don't miss a moment with the people that you love and care about, even when it doesn't seem like it's a part of the work. Enjoy the holidays. Enjoy the birthday parties. Just be ever grateful. Observe everything. Take nothing for granted.
So do you believe that everything that is brought to you is leading you to something greater, or like to develop you as a person?
Everything is intentional. Everything matters. I don't really believe there are any coincidences.
Everything happens for a reason, basically.
Yeah, everything does happen for a reason. And because all of those steps, like if it wasn't for, and I say that because it's very ordered in my life. I take it because everything has been so ordered. If my mother didn't come from the cotton fields of West Tennessee to come to Tennessee A&I State in 1966, where eventually she meets my father from Lower Alabama, and then they walk over as students at Friendship, and then I'm baptized at Friendship and grow up in that church, and Mother Long in part raises me, and then having her daughter my godmother, and they take me around to sing at everything and to do everything, and then my mother being an educator, making sure that there was arts in the schools. So then I go to and in education and advocacy too, being an MEA, then and TEA, then going to the National School of the Arts, and then being a part of Salama, and then and even before that, being a part of shows and theater at Fisk, and then hearing the Morgan Choir, and then meeting the man who was going to help to send me there, and then go to Morgan, and then sing all over the world, and all of a sudden, then from Morgan to Boston University, then back to, before even going to BU, being a part of the National HBCU Choir, hearing these voices from around the country and saying, oh yeah, purpose. It's about bringing this to HBCUs. Yeah. And then when I finished at BU, I end up coming back to Nashville, teaching at Tennessee State, and building opera programs, and also having a choir named for the man who made me a countertenor, the W. Krim Singers. And then that choir going all over the country and becoming recognized as a leading voice in Black sacred and concert music, while also still having my career, while also still teaching, and then becoming the artistic director designate of the 105, which gave me this impetus. Like everything is like planned and stepped out, but I had to be in the space, and I will say, and I'm just going to be very honest, I believe that I've been a good steward of every opportunity. And I've also been kind. Right. You have to be kind to people. Like the reason why folks want me to show up is because they trust me. And they know that I'm going to harbor the work and the right way. So everything's ordered, whether it's just like driving around, everything matters. Yeah.
Okay, so this is my last and final question. Okay. Do you love what you do?
Absolutely. It's it can be tiresome rather. I have long days. I will be, I do my best not to be on campus every day, and then I end up being on campus every day, and then I'm probably not leaving until 9:30, 10 o'clock. But I'm there because there's work to be done. I actually had a moment. I have a T-shirt or a sweatshirt rather that says "Dreams come true at HBCUs," and it was interesting. I was sitting in a classroom because helping out one of the chapter advisors for Phi Mu Alpha, the music fraternity, and so I'm helping my chapter. Like they're getting ready to they were learning a new arrangement of "Lift Every Voice and Sing" that one of the brothers had put together. So they're getting ready to do that. As that's happening, right down the hall is the Grammy Award winning Aristocrat of Bands. Yes. They are wrapping up rehearsal, so I'm hearing them. There's some construction and some remodeling happening in another building on campus. So the world-renowned and award-winning New Direction Gospel Choir is in the recital hall, like across the hall from us, rehearsing. So I'm hearing them barking. I'm hearing the band, what they say in band, they call it cranking. I hear the band cranking, and then I'm hearing these young men start an arrangement to lift every voice and sing. Some of whom I helped to bring into this, all of whom I've helped to bring into this particular brotherhood. And I'm watching them like, okay, let's work through this music. Okay, this is okay. And I'm giving them some pointers. I'm honored and I'm humbled to be somebody that they want to be around, and like I can help them get to their next level. And I was like, yeah, dreams really do come true. Yes, yes. And for me, they come true at an HBCU. They come true through community. So I absolutely love what I do.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's an honor even to talk to you. I'm thankful.
The honor is mine. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you guys. Bye.